Howdy, it's Megan with Bangert, and today I wanted to talk to you about the pay bills screen here that we have in front of us. And if you've ever been in here, you know it's a little more restricted than most list views in Intacct. You can't click on these headers and sort them either ascending or descending like you can in most list views. You only have a due date range and a vendor and credit range here to apply on the fly here on this screen. Where the real power is in this filter by section. So I've got a couple filters already set up. I've got one that's for projects. I've got one that's due this month. But let's create a new one. And I want to show you everything we can do. So I'm actually going to do one that sorts it by vendor name and due date. And I have the option to make this my default filter. So every time I come into the pay bills screen, this will be how it's sorted or filtered. I also have the option to share. So this will share it with anyone else on my team that has the pay bills functionality. And then I can also show top level transactions as well on this list. We've got a bit more filters. We have the normal ones, the due date, the vendor, but now we have a bill date range, payment priority, recommended payment dates, even amounts, and if there's a discount available. We have some credit filters, but it's more helpful if we also use these drill down filters. So there's 3 of them, 3 main data sources here. There's the vendor, the bill, and the bill item data sources. But what we really care about right now, so I'm just going to make all of these is not empty, which basically means if there's something in that, bring that in. And for vendor ID, account, and bill number, those should all be there. But in this sort by, this is where we can put our vendor name, and we can do ascending, and then we can do the due date, and also do ascending. So this is going to be in order. It's going to filter by the name, then the due date. If you wanted the due date, then the name, you could do it that way. You can always drag these around, but it's going to prioritize them in this order. So we'll hit save, and then we'll hit apply. So now I have all of my vendors listed by their name alphabetically. And then we have by due date on the vendor itself. So see the city of Portland here listed correctly. Let's go back in and edit this filter, and we'll talk about the drill down filters. So the data source vendor is anything on the vendor information. There's a lot of things in here. You could do ID, name, anything from the contacts, discount terms, payment priorities, if you've got vendor groups, if you have certain contacts, anything your heart desires. If you want to pay only the ones that have, a 1099 contact or a preferred payment method of check or ACH, you could do that as well. It can even, I've got some custom things in here. And you can do it on custom objects as well, custom fields. So that's pretty great. We'll do ones that have in there. Let's do state or territory equals Texas. You could do something like that. So if you have multi-state vendors, like vendors in multiple states, you could sort it by, I only want to pay these vendors in this state. You could have it that way. So that's vendor. Then there's also bill. So let me show you a bill, and so I can clarify the difference between bill and bill item. So bill data source is anything in the header information of the bill. So this box here and this box here. And then bill item is anything in the entry section. So anything that you can code to the individual lines, you can be sorted in the bill item section. So we'll hop over here again. So we can do bill number, state, like if it's been partially paid or just posted. You could do, again, an amount range. PO transaction definition is pretty good. So you can do equals and then anything that's a subcontract invoice. So you could have that be one of your filters. So anything that's a subcontract invoice, you could filter that way. You could also have, or just do PO transaction is not empty. So that'll bring anything that's from your purchasing module. You know, term values, anything like that. There's a lot in here that you can go through, discount dates, even a description or the document ID. This document ID is this from the subcontract. That's kind of going to be the same thing, but you can do equals and you could do a specific one in here. So if we wanted to do the subcontract, we could do sub this guy. Actually, we probably need the whole thing. So actually, let's do that and see. And then we'll hit apply filter. Yep, and then it's just these two Apex. There's the original invoice and some retainage released. So let's go back and edit our filter. We can take that one off. And then in bill item, you can even drill down to the project level. So you could do project name, this is project ID. You could do equals, and this is going to give you a drop down of your available projects that are active and open. So I'll do anything for this Astrodome renovation here on the bill item. So we'll hit save and we'll hit apply. So there's all of the ones that have the Astrodome renovation project on it. But there are a lot of filters in this bill item because it's all of your dimensions. But there are a lot of fields in here that you can drill down and filter by because it's every dimension, name and ID. So cost type, cost code, class, vendor, customer, if it's a 1099 or not. If you have multi-currency on, you've got the exchange rates and the base currencies as well. But I'm going to take this off and I'm going to leave my little sort by on here. Save. And we'll hit apply one last time to see it all in alphabetical order by due date. So if you ever have any questions about the pay bill screen and how to filter it or sort it, leave it down in the comments and we'll catch you next time.